mean, what was that Soul Setter said about maintaining a perfect illusion?
Here.
Ooh.
Oh, about Jake?
Yeah, there's some dice there.
Yeah.
I mean, being told
let's go ahead and
you assume that there's no way for a character to actually just be immune to cold, and the fact is there are tons. There's a reason Sedgewick. There's a reason Sedgewick built Jake that way. It's because that's how Jake was. His last name is Froststep.
Indeed, it was.
I'm gonna need a bunch of d6s.
I don't like the sound of that.
Jake uses a lot of d6s.
So if you want to know what classes Jake is, he is a Scout, Rogue, Invisible Blade, Dread Commando, Ninja.
Whoa!
If you want to go look back through
3.5.
If you want to go look back through the 3.5 rules, those were his classes. He was he was a Scout, Rogue, Swashbuckler, Scout, Rogue, Dread Commando, Invisible Blade, Dread Commando, Ninja.
That's awesome.
But what does he know about
shitload
dentistry?
of prestige classes. Absolutely nothing. But if it's about stabbing somebody for a whole bunch of damage with the dagger, he knows pretty much everything there is to know about that.
I mean, that's a useful skill set given that we're fighting stuff.
He used kukri, actually, was his main weapon. Jake was one of my he was actually one of my characters.
Oh, why doesn't that surprise me?
Calidor and Guy were...
Does he have a Nepalese look about him?
He does not, no. Calidor and Guy were actually also... Two of my friends played those characters in that same campaign. Stop taking my dice! Those are mine!
Sorry, I was just trying to get them off the field.
I need those for rolling.
Do you just set out to make like the most broken characters possible to
yeah, like the crew that I play with when I play on Saturday evenings, but we've all been playing D&D for like 30 years. And for most of that 30 years we've been playing together for almost 20 years now. So we tend to make well optimized characters, yeah. Jake wasn't even he wasn't even a particularly good character. Guy and Calidor were vastly better in that campaign. They were far more powerful than Jake was.
3.5.
Guy was just like, he was a psionic. I don't remember what his specialty was, but he was just utterly broken. The only reason we didn't automatically win every encounter with nobody but Guy doing anything is because he purposely did stuff to fuck up and like not fight out. Like he fought stupidly all the time on purpose.
Yes, so now everyone can gain an appreciation of how I perform.
Guy had force push. He was a Jedi with force push, but he would never cast force push. It's like, never use your powerful attack. Always start with guard. Like, he would spend the first 3 turns basically doing nothing or shooting a crossbow. When instead he could throw 60-foot cones for like 10d6 damage. And he could do that all day long. Like, every turn he could do a 60-foot cone for 10d6. Basically as many times as he wanted, and he almost never did that.
He just had cantrips that fucked shit up, and there was nothing.
Mostly he made a lot of constructs. He would make like creatures. He would make creatures out of psionic energy that were way shittier than he was, and have them go attack shit. Like, I don't know. He was all bookkeeping and masturbation, and could have just been obliterating enemies and never did. Anyway,
he sounds like it's a summation of our entire party.
Guy was a great character. He's the person who blew up Berg. He's why New Berg is called New.
Oh shit!
There used to be an old Berg there, and then he fucked around and blew it up. Anyway, I digress. So you guys roll up on the scene, and you are faced off against what are 2 very large stone giants. At the top of this cliff, there is what appears to be some manner of lich. And he is talking to a giant. You can't actually hear what he is saying. And he is holding under his arm a small gnome. Looks exactly like Sedgewick.
That's our guy.
And he's also...
so when you roll up, Jake says, "Oh, fuck."
Is the palanquin there? Like, did the lich get out of the...
Yeah, this is the palanquin. I couldn't find anything that had curtains inappropriate, so I just built this little thing. But yes, the lich is standing outside of the palanquin. There is an empty sack on the ground next to him, but he's got the gnome under his arms. And he is quietly speaking to this stone giant. When you come up on the scene, Jake says, "Oh, fuck." I know that guy.
Do you,
or
do
at
you know
least
that lich? Yeah.
well, last time I saw him, he wasn't a lich. That's Storm Windblade. You guys heard of him?
Ooh.
Make a history check, everybody.
I don't think I want to. 3 plus nothing.
You've never heard of him, Tink.
17.
14?
Who beat a 15?
Me.
So Slexy and Biddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have heard of Storm Windblade. He is a widely known wizard and enchanter. He actually is sort of famous in this part of the country. He's one of the... Before Sedgewick moved in, he was... sort of had the Sedgewick job for this part of the country. Like, he was a widely known crafter of magic items. He sold stuff. He had his own tower. He was king shit of... Basically, he was one of the biggest fish in the tiny frozen pond that was the butthole of the world. And then Sedgewick moved in and completely destroyed his operations.
So by that you mean when Sedgewick moved to Notch?
Correct, yes.
And how many years ago was that?
A while, probably like 25, 30. Well, it's been more than that. It's probably like 50 years ago. So you guys recognize him, and you go, "Oh, Storm, I've heard of that guy." And he's like, "Yeah, he wasn't a lich last time I saw him, though." Yeah, Storm. I mean, you guys,
Turn into a lich, you know?
for the other guys that didn't recognize him, he turns to Colonel and Tink, and he goes, "Oh, you guys may know him as Jackass, the Elven Fuckbag. Have you ever heard that?"
Have we?
No, you have not. You have not heard of that either.
I hope not.
Hang on, is this something Barnatos would have heard?
What'd you get on your history
Traveling
roll?
around. I had an 8.
You know what, Barnatos will make another roll. You actually, since this is sort of in your wheelhouse, you may have heard of Jackass the Elven Fuckbag.
Yep.
What'd you get?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, okay. You have not heard of Jackass the Elven Fuckbag.
Dita.
So as soon as he says, you guys may know him as Jackass the Elven Fuckbag, you hear a booming voice from over here. The Lich turns and he's like, "I fucking heard that, you dickhead." And Jake yells back, "Yeah, well, tell me it ain't true, Storm. Why'd you have to be such an asshole?" And Storm says, "Kill these fuckers." And now we're going to roll.
So this is cool. So this is Pete settling old scores with his former players.
Well, he doesn't. Well, okay. I mean, this is the result of things that you don't know about. You didn't make the roll.
Excellent.
All right, so I'm going to roll initiative for this, although I don't think it will matter. So.
You get DM inspiration every time you correctly guess what Pete is doing.
You guys will never guess this. In the campaign that we played with Jake Calidor and Guy, this dude was an NPC and he was an asshole. So we all just called him Jackass the Elven Fuckbag because he was a dick. We didn't call him that to his face, but that's what we all called him.
Well, now you have. But...
Yeah. He knew we called. Well, he even in that campaign, he knew we didn't like him.
In the ice.
We had to work with him because there was nobody else around in Notch, and his fortunes have taken a downturn since Amazon/Sedgewick Co. moved in and sort of stole his shtick.
Right.
So, Colonel, what'd you get? Initiative.
Oh, initiative. Haven't rolled it yet. I was still laughing about Jackass the Elven Fuckbag.
Yeah, he was a jerk. He liked to gouge us on magic item prices. And also was just an asshole. You got a 7?
17.
17. Let me see what Jake got to roll.
I love how this really isn't the song of fire and ice, but it's more of a dirge of
Biddy,
spite and hate.
18.
Okay, Slexy?
20. Or wait, yeah, 20.
20. Silk?
8.
Tink, what'd you get?
11 plus, I'm sorry.
12, because you had 1.
Yeah.
12 for Tink. Alright, let me see what these giants got. Give me
Oh,
another.
no.
I am always the slowest.
You are a turtle.
I mean, yeah, it's sort of thematically
Weird.
appropriate. Okay, so... What's that? So... And what did Storm get? Okay. All right. So Jake is first. So Jake screams out, "You don't know how long I've been waiting for this, asshole!" And the Lich screams back, "Shut the fuck up! You're already dead!" And then Jake looks a little bit confused and charges into the fray.
Anybody want to boost Jake?
So he runs to here and
A
appears
little too
to...
far away for me to help him at this
He
point,
runs to
but-
there and dodges. Slexy, you are up.
Okay. I'm just gonna double move in, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Never mind.
Well, so this is all ice in front of us, and those are giants up there.
Yep, this is... So you're on a... What appeared... This is just a solid sheet of ice. You could tell that ordinarily this would be a lake, except that it has been frozen for longer than you've been alive. This ice is unspeakably thick. It is dozens and dozens of feet thick. Like, there's no danger of it breaking or anything. And this is just like a rock cliff that these guys have gone up to the top of it. There actually appear to be stairs that have been carved into this by some manner of spell. You can tell, like, there's like melted and refrozen water. It looks like the Lich may have melted a staircase and, like, used fire to melt a staircase.
Okay.
And walked up to the top.
I know. Giants. I can't really do anything until I get close in.
Could dodge if you want, or double move. Your call.
I mean, it is a lich. I do kind of want to play it a bit cautious. Yeah, I'll dodge. That was 30. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll just dodge.
Okay. Slexy moves up and dodges, and it is Biddy's turn. Biddy.
So I'm on my broom, right? I'm like maybe 10 feet in the air on my broom.
You tell me.
Well, I've been on my broom the whole time, so I would be at like horse height on the broom.
Okay.
How high would I need to go? Can I figure out how high I would need to go to be out of like reach of the giant's swings?
How high up in the air you would have to be?
How high would I have to be that they couldn't hit me?
How big is a giant? They are large, I think.
Our horses are just off the map.
So for you to be out of reach, you would have to be at least 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
And please incorporate fall damage into your whatever equation you are making.
Yeah, 30 feet is 3d6 damage from a fall.
I have feather fall ready to go whenever I am using my broom. So as long as I don't get completely killed, like
I was gonna say, remember what happened the last time though? If you get
Yeah.
knocked out.
But if I'm going to be killed in one hit, I'm going to be killed in one hit, whether I'm in.
I'll
in the air.
catch you on the first bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you don't
So-
fail death saving
That's right.
throws if you don't fall 10 feet though. Like if your fall doesn't take damage, you don't. Taking damage after you've been knocked unconscious just makes you instantly fail death saving throw. So
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but I do think it'd be good to be out of range of those things.
okay.
I think I'm safer at 30
So
feet in the
the
air.
first feet of your movement is to go up 20 feet because you.
Yeah, so I have 50 feet of movement. I'm going up 20 feet, and then I'm going to go 30 feet forward. And then this should put me within range 120 feet of those giants, if I'm counting correctly.
I'm just going to use the grid measure. Yeah, you're well within range.
So
Actually, only about 100 feet.
yeah, I'd like to throw a hypnotic pattern right in between them and try to charm them both.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you
Like,
cast a hypnotic pattern and nothing happens.
They are undead, just to remind you.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
a.
You can't charm undead or something? Is that how that works?
No, this is what Jake's been telling us. Is
Yeah,
that
undead can't be.
charm shit does not work.
Weird.
Most
okay.
undead is immune to things like charm, exhaustion.
Well, that was stupid.
Scare you the most.
That's
is that
a
although-
common resistance for undead. So you throw a hypnotic pattern here, and the giants don't seem to
no.
notice. Anything else?
That fucking sucks. All right, I'm done.
This is how you learn. So you could be like, "Well, try
But,
this."
but
Oh,
you
shit, that
told
didn't
us
work.
you told us this like 4 times in the last combat.
Well, it's fine. It's
Well, no,
like,
you said the
there's-
race were immune to it. I didn't realize all undead were immune to
It
that.
is
I'm sorry.
well that
Sorry.
okay. So not all undead are, but many undead are immune to this sort of effect. Like charms and frightens and stuff typically are not super effective against undead because they're mindless. That's where it comes in. Like things that don't appear to be smart. Like if you're talking to if you see an undead that is like just a zombie or a skeleton, stuff like that, Mindless undead aren't smart enough to be affected by that kind of stuff.
All right, fair enough.
So, but again, these are stone giant undead. You don't necessarily know what kind they are. These look like zombies. If you would, they look like zombified undead, and they're just like charm doesn't work on these guys.
Well, as we're approaching the 2.5 hour mark, I'm becoming mindless. So,
but now you know. You've learned something going into future that maybe that's if you're trying to like if you're fighting undead as a wizard, maybe if you want to like immobilize, hold undead is just going to be one of your go-tos. It's like 2nd level and really good. This is how we learn though, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Tried something, didn't work. Anything else, Biddy?
That's all I can do.
All right, Colonel, you're up.
So are all 3 of these looking undead, or is the one in the back?
They are all undead.
All 3 are undead, and we got the Lich, and nobody else here as far as we can see.
Well, there is what appears to be a small Sedgewick under his arm.
You
hear faintly going, "Thank you for kidnapping me. Sedgewick Co. is proud to contribute to whatever nefarious scheme you have in mind. Please tell me how I can serve you." You recognize that it's doing the weird automated voice. It's not being it doesn't sound like actual Sedgewick. If you recall, when you met the original Sedgewick, occasionally you got the weird sort of automated response, but sometimes you actually got what sounded like actual Sedgewick response. That sounds like the latter, not the former.
So I actually want to fly up with my winged boots.
Okay.
A little ways.
That's cool. Kick on your winged boots.
Kick them on the boots. I click my heels.
Going out with your
It
boots.
still takes your movement. So moving with winged boots, like if you're moving up and you want to go up 30 feet, you still have to move 30 feet up and it takes your movement.
Yes. I don't... how high up is this rock ledge?
Probably like 60 feet.
60 feet?
Yeah, it's pretty tall.
Okay. I want to... Can I... My cunning action is a reaction, right?
I believe so. It's either a reaction or a bonus action. I think it's a reaction.
I'd like to use my regular movement and my cunning action to get up 30 feet in the air and get 30 feet closer.
Okay, hold on. Let me look real quick, because I should know what kind of action
if that works. And if I still have an attack, then that's what I'd like to do. And if not, then I'll just not move as much.
Hold on a second. Let me look specifically, because I should know this and I don't. I don't frequently play rogues, so they're a little outside my wheelhouse. Which types?
I'm going to take a short pause here to go at Millie because she came up to see me. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cunning action is it's a bonus action, and you can use it to dash, disengage, or hide. Yep.
Okay, so I'll use cunning action in my regular movement to. Actually, I'll get up like about 20 feet in the air and move like 40 feet closer. I don't know where I'll wind up.
Okay, so just move forward 8 squares from where you were.
Okay. 2, 3. There? Is that right?
You got one more if you want it.
Sure, I'll go this way.
Okay, so
and
you're 20 feet in the air in this square.
Yeah, and I want to shoot my bow at the Lich guy.
Okay. How far away is he? I don't remember what the range on a short bow is. This is going to be a long range, so you have disadvantage.
Okay.
It's a little out of the normal range of a short bow.
A little out of range.
How do you have all these gifts at the ready?
I mean, we've been running this campaign for a second. Like, we picked up some magic items. 14 plus 7 is 21.
No,
okay.
I mean the gifts that you post.
DJ, right.
The gift.
Yeah. So you take a shot and it's right on target, but just as the arrow comes in, the Lich waves his hand and a magical shield appears in front of him and the arrow shatters on it. Ching.
Okay.
Arrows? Arrows? You come at me with arrows? Where the fuck did you find these clods, Jake? Arrows. And it is the giant's
Well, if
turn.
it offends him, I'm still counting that as a win. And that's my turn.
The Colonel is in the air. Biddy is also in the
20.
air. Okay, so you are closer. This giant is going to pick up a big chunk of ice and throw it at your face. He rears back to throw it, and it slips out of his zombie-like... Actually, he rears back to throw it, and his hand falls off. His hand is all rotten, and he rears back to throw it. And when he rears back, the rotted bits of his stump just disconnect, and the boulder falls to the ground behind him.
These are not fresh zombies, then.
They look kind of brittle, like they've been frozen for a while. You can tell they've been dead. They've been dead a long time and frozen for also a long time.
So these
you
are
are
the
up.
zombies you find at the outlet store.
They last longer in the fridge.
That is actually one of the reasons why the Necromancer is in this part of the country, Biddy. Because yes, they last longer in the fridge. There's a reason the Necromancer has chosen to assault over the polar ice cap. Because refrigeration is good for undead.
That's what you need.
Effectively, he's going to have a natural limiter according to the sort of the Earth and the equatorial.
You're
position.
up, Pink.
I mean, that depends. Magic can do a lot.
Oh god, Tupperware zombies. That's how you keep...
Not all kinds of undead rot in the normal temperatures, but zombies are prone to that. So
I'd like to inform you that my attorney and I have not yet finalised the patent on Tupperware. That was, in fact, settled in or begun in the last session.
it's your turn.
But anyway, allow me to dash forward.
Okay. So you want to move forward 60 and just get as close as possible?
100%.
Got it.
Keep up with Jake.
Okay, you are there. Oh, nope, one too far. You are there. Anything else?
Can I do anything else?
I mean, you still have a bonus action and a reaction, so you have some spells that take a bonus action, like Sanctuary or Spirit Weapon, but I think they're both out of range.
Yeah, exactly. I'm too far out. End of turn.
Okay. Think is done. So this giant is going to pick up a rock and also hurl it at the Colonel. What do you add? What's your AC, Colonel?
21.
So you are hit, and he rolled a 14. You may defensive fight if you wish. Your call.
I would like that.
Okay. That makes you a 24, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he reaches back and grabs a big boulder of ice off the rock wall and hurls it at you, and it is on target, but at the last second, you take your rapier and poke it out in front of you with like a defensive move, like you're beating aside a blade, and shatter it as it comes in.
Ooh, classy.
And Silk, it is now your turn.
And I get sprayed with the ice and the sparkles.
Ice chips come, yep, there's ice chips flying everywhere, and like a litter of pebbles of ice falls to the ground behind you with a clatter.
Well, that was rude. Throwing things. You don't throw things at people. That's very hurtful. So
I'll throw a fireball in a minute, shithead, the Lich says.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move up and throw a Eldritch Blast. So, let's see here. 5, 15, 20. That's good. And I'm going to throw Eldritch Blast at the one whose arm fell off, which I think is this guy.
That is that man. Okay. Fire away. Give him the old Chris Stapleton. In a minute, I'm going to get a rhythm bot or something and actually make him play Fire Away by Chris Stapleton, because it's a great song.
16 and a 17.
16 and a 17. The 16 misses, but the 17 hits.
Alright, 7 force.
7 damage. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta do some quick math here.
I have no idea who Chris Stapleton is, but I think if we give him sufficient amounts,
he is a country and western singer and one of the most talented country and western singers of all time. He is excellent. Tink, you would really enjoy Chris Stapleton. You should check out some of his stuff.
I will check it out, but I'm thinking if we give him sufficient amounts of death shivers just through the course of this.
Oh, I'm not going to try and sing it again, because he has an amazing,
he
has an amazing voice,
right?
and I sound like a garbage can full of gravel that somebody kicked down a hill. Okay, so this giant then steps forward, and he is going to hurl a boulder at Jake. Oh, shit. Well, that hit.
Oh, no.
Critical boulder is not great. Let's see.
Yikes.
Holy shit! You rolled.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
so, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
this
good.
This is going to hurt.
That's not good.
Wish I was close enough to chronal shift that, but I'm too far away.
Who did it hit?
Jake.
Jake,
Oh,
the
He's-
one thing
he's
that's
getting his shit
preventing us
rocked.
from all dying.
Well, luckily you can heal him, Tank, if he's.
Then why do you think
maybe.
I'm racing up to try and keep up with him?
Okay,
We-
so he takes a boulder out and hurls it, and it smashes Jake right in the dome. And his head has a weird dent in it now.
Oh,
see, the thing is we're not sure if we can actually heal Jake.
right.
And
Sure, I can.
so the Lich turns and says, they couldn't even send the real Jake, you fucking idiot. You've been dead for 2 decades. I don't need to stay here for this shit. See you fuckers later. And he disappears in a puff of smoke.
That was entirely predictable.
And it is now Jake's turn. So when the rock hits him in the head, he staggers a little bit, and like I said, so he got hit in the right side of the head, and the upper right part of the front of his face, like his right eye and like the top part of his skull above his right eye, got smashed in and is dented, but he doesn't seem to really notice at all. He runs up to this guy and is going to stab away at him. So he jumps up, runs up to the knee of the giant, runs up its leg, and then a dagger appears as if by nowhere, and he plunges it directly into the heart of the giant. And then he grabs it with both hands by the blade and does like a flip around it and twists it. And blood just explodes from the hole where this thing's heart used to be, and then he does like a somersault and lands back on his feet.
Damn.
Damn.
And you don't think undead should be able to bleed, but it's like, think Japanese fight movie. Have any of you guys ever seen Ichi the Killer?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that sort of torrent of blood comes rolling. Like Orin Ishii in the Crazy 88's fight. It's like,
Oh, yeah, okay.
just
That I
blood,
know.
geysers, and sprays everywhere from what is clearly a zombie that has been both dead and frozen for an extraordinarily long time. This should not be possible, but for some reason, blood is just gushing out of that thing. And Slexy, it is now your turn.
All right, I will run forward as far as I can get. There-ish. And I got nothing else to do. I'm done.
Alright, Slexy's done. Biddy, you're up.
Alrighty. Time to get serious, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. I'll throw a haste on the Colonel here.
Okay.
Wahoo!
So you fly down 10 feet and go touch the Colonel?
I have a 30-foot range. I don't have to be adjacent. I'm gonna stay in it.
Okay.
30 feet up.
All right.
I just moved over, and then I still have 4 more squares,
That's fine. So you fly by, give Colonel a drive-by hasting.
and then I'm just gonna go right there. Yeah,
Alright, so the Colonel gets a drive-by hasting.
Drive by
Anything else?
hasty.
just the old hasty.
Alright, Colonel,
That's
you
all
up
I
then.
got.
Yeah.
So the Colonel gets a drive-by. Colonel, your speed is doubled, so your base speed is now 60 feet.
Nice.
And your AC has gone up by 2 as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the AC bonus.
So you're at 23 base currently.
And I get 2 attacks around.
So you still just get the 1 attack, but you do have a bonus action, and one of the things you can use that for is to make an attack, yes.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
It's not quite the same as having 2 attacks, because like if it gave you an extra attack, a fighter could theoretically get 4. It doesn't do that; it just gives them 1 extra swing. But yeah,
One more bonus action.
since you only
Okay,
have
cool.
1, yeah, you have an extra haste action that you can use to make an attack or move. There's other things it can do, but attacking is one of the things it does. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I'm going to fly like there. And I'm going to try and shoot this zombie guy on the left and his eyeball. because I'm at like 20. I'm 20 feet high, so
I got you. That's cool.
I got him. Okay. Get shot. 16 to hit.
That's a miss.
Damn.
So
Oh, can I use my bardic inspiration from earlier?
No, it would have worn off by now. You'd need a new one. I think they only last like 10 minutes. So.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Then I'll use my bonus action to try to shoot at him again.
Yep, you've got hasted, so you can fire a second shot.
16 didn't hit a giant?
That's not gonna hit either. 15.
Yep, 15's a miss. So the Colonel comes flying forward on her magic shoes. She's doing a superhero thing where she's got the superhero flyer, except she's got a bow in front of her firing as she goes. But this is aerial combat is kind of new, and you haven't quite got the knack of it yet, so you whiff twice. 2 arrows go flying over the giant's head, and it is now this giant's turn. This giant is going to try and smash Jake. That is a double whiff. So this giant rears down and like smashes into the ice, and the ice cracks a little bit. It's not in any danger of breaking, it just splinters and looks cool, but Jake just easily sidesteps each of the 2 blows. And it is now Tink's turn.
Well, I continue my trajectory.
Okay.
At pace.
Gotcha. So you want to just double move again?
Yep. And I'll try to position myself as close to Jake.
So 30 feet gets you right here. If you want to keep going, you would be up in theoretically, you could get into melee range.
Yeah, fuck, why not? Let's do it.
All right, Tink sprints forward. Anything else?
Just a nice little morsel to the giant.
I mean, Tink's no slouch. He's hard to hit.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else, Tink?
No, that's it.
All
Good
right,
to go.
Tink is good. It is this giant's turn. Well, since you have made yourself a convenient target, this giant is going to step forward and try and smash you into a powder.
Bring it on.
You're at 21, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so again, 2 big fists come down, and one of them, Tink, just... one of them is clearly wide and smashes into the ice and splintering, and the other one is sort of on target, but Tink puts his shield up and angles it away, so it slips harmlessly to the side. And Silk, now it is your turn.
All right. Well, I think I'm just going to kind of advance a little bit and go with throwing more bolts.
Okay. Hanging back and throwing magic is your job. You're out of movement.
There we go.
Yep, go back 1. You're 1 more. You move.
I get 35.
That second diagonal is 2 though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have 35. You're right. Go back to where you were. That is correct. My bad. I keep forgetting you're faster.
Yeah, I bought the.
You have magic shoes. I forgot.
Yep. So I'm gonna keep throwing bolts at the one that Jake's fighting.
Okay. When I say stuff like that and I'm wrong, just say nope. Magic shoes, Pete.
Yeah.
But apparently I'm the only one allowed to shout it.
So I have a 20 and a 10.
20 hits, 10 misses.
All right. Well, at least I did something. He takes 3 force.
3 force damage. Got it. Oh, at the start of that giant's turn, too, by the way. So when he began his turn, another giant cloud of blood just fucking flew out of him. And he's sort of deflating is kind of the... It sort of looks like he's deflating a little bit, but like, I don't know, none of it makes sense. An undead giant should not be able to bleed, but the amount of blood that's coming out of this guy is unspeakable. And it is now Tink's turn.
Okie dokie.
Barnatos, you throw one of your Eldritch Blasts right into the hole that's gaping in this guy's torso where the fountain of blood is coming out, and it does some damage. It looks like the blood is doing quite a bit more, though.
So we're facing off against 3 giants, yes?
Actually, sorry. That was the wrong giant. Your turn. It was Silk. Sorry, it is not your turn. My cursor was in the wrong spot. It's actually this giant's turn.
And
my bad.
Yeah, now I'm done with my turn, by the way.
Okay, so who's been so far the most dangerous? Did he made a
Don't
swirly
point at
pattern?
me.
Well, probably Bartatos. This giant's gonna pick up a rock and throw it at you, Bartatos.
Oh.
What's your AC?
Screwed.
Hold on a second, it's got long range, so... Okay. What's your AC?
17.
Alright, so he hurls a big-ass boulder at you, but it's a long throw, so he arcs it a little bit, and it just pops over here with a thud and misses.
Thank fuck for that.
And
I didn't want to have to waste my plan on
so
healing
it is
you.
now Jake's turn. So he is going to just... So Jake says, alright, enough of this shit. And he actually pulls his daggers out and starts to stab this giant furiously and repeatedly. Okay. I need more d6s.
What?
Okay. These are mechanics that sort of don't exist anymore. Okay, so Jake pulls out his knives, stands next to that guy, flat-footed, and just goes into, like, just a fury of stabbing. He stabs him 5 times, and every time he stabs him, it's just, like, every time he stabs him, he's, like, cutting it. He, like, slices one of his tendons, and his leg collapses. Then he slices the inside of his arm, and his elbow just drops down and starts flapping around uselessly. Then he flips over around and, like, slices into his spine a couple times, and the zombie bends over backwards like it's lost all of its integrity. It's still on its feet, but it's basically just a shambling wreck of shit.
Ow.
And now it is Slexy's turn. He basically just disemboweled that zombie.
So that one that he's in front of is basically dead?
You don't even know why it's still animate. It's folded over backwards like a suitcase that somebody flapped open and opened the wrong way. One of its legs is all draggy and crippled, and neither one of its arms looks particularly effective anymore. You're not sure how it's... Well, you are sure how it's still animated, because it's undead, and you know that spell. Like, you could make this thing. But,
so
you know only magic
is...
is...
like a garbage disposal? I just imagine, like, this thing of whirling blades, like a
we'll see.
or something.
We'll see how this works out for him. When he does that, he's real easy to hit, is the problem. He had some mechanics that made him difficult to hit, and he could forgo all of his defensive mechanics in exchange for glorious offense, but we'll see how this works out.
Probably need to kill that thing then.
Can I get the here?
Where were you to start?
I think that was here.
So you got 5, 10, 15, 20 feet puts you right there.
I could get that. I could move here.
You can be in either, so you can be 25. Like, you go here and here, you're not getting opt or anything. You can be in that square without taking an op, yeah. 25 feet of movement puts you right there.
And then I will... Oh. Seems a little late to fight. I don't want to... I'm just contemplating spirit.
That's fine. You gotta think.
Yeah, I guess I could move up the hill and use it on the other guy too. I'll spirit guardians here.
Okay. So, boom. Tap hammer. Moths erupt. Begin chewing on everybody nearby. Do I have to make a save immediately when that casts, or is it only when I start my turn? I think it's just when I start my turn, right?
When the creature enters the area for the first time or starts its turn there.
Got it.
It must make a wisdom save, though.
Okay. So, they both need to make wisdom saves. It does hit when you cast initially. So, let's see. This guy.
So, wisdom 14.
Got it. 14. Both save, but go ahead and roll damage. They each take half.
14 radiant.
So each takes 7. Got it. Okay, so that's this guy. And this guy. Okay, got it. Anything else?
Actually, I am going to do one more thing as a bonus action. Oh, actually, I got to make sure it's bonus action first.
What? Are you casting a spell?
No, never mind.
Okay. So Slexy's done. Biddy, you're up then.
Okie dokie. Let's do some giant smashing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, that thunder
4.
sounds ominous. It's you guys can't hear it. It's a thunderstorm in the background, and it's sort of the perfect kind of background noise to this particular fight.
I've got a thunderstorm happening here at the moment as well.
Ooh,
Silk, that is a
Guys, let's be neighbors.
that's a very good gift that you got going there. Yeah.
which one?
I mean, there's a lot. Which one are you talking about?
The Lucy Lou one. The Overhashi. Yeah,
good.
that's a good one.
I'm gonna throw a temporal stasis on the giant in the back.
Okay. That's a Constitution save, right?
I believe, yes. Momentary stasis, yeah, con save.
He saved.
Okay, well, that's my that's all she wrote, folks.
All right, Biddy's
Stay
done.
tuned.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully not.
Colonel, you're up.
Okay.
You're already doing stuff, Biddy, because the Colonel is hasted. Don't
Yeah.
underestimate the power of that.
I know. Plus, I can do like Chrono.
Although it could become basted.
So the one on the right is the one that's a puddle of meat.
It like you're don't even know how it's still up. Like it doesn't. And
Okay.
also remember, it's still just gouts. Like it's still spraying blood. Like they flipped it when he cut its spine. It fell over backwards like a broken chair. But blood is still spraying out of that hole. It's just spraying in a different direction now. That thing is very broken.
Okay, I think I want to switch to my rapier, do a little flyby
Okay,
swordsmaning.
got it. So I wouldn't fly by because you're not immune to being opt just because you're flying. But
No, but
if
I'm
you wanna
gonna
yeah, flying up and stabbing is yeah, you got it.
yeah.
And you may
we're
sneak attack because your allies are threatening this giant. So
Does that mean I get advantage on the attack roll? I
you do
forget
not
now.
get advantage, but you do get to apply your sneak attack. You don't have to insightful fight him to sneak attack in this case.
Right. Okay, that's an 18 plus 9
That's
to
a
hit.
hit. Roll damage.
Get some damage. Oops.
Yeah, get some.
Get some damage. This plus 6 is 21.
Got it. Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to hit him again.
Okay. Swing away.
Ooh, 13.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. Okay.
Anything else?
That ought to do it.
Okay, so at the start of this giant's turn, he deflates, like, more blood, the gout of blood that's been flying out of him the entire time, trickles to a halt, and it just collapses into a bag of desiccated flesh. And it
That's
is
what I like to say.
Pink's turn.
Yes.
It just deflates like a balloon and collapses into like a loose puddle of skin and bones. You're up, Tink.
So let me cast Word of Radiance at 5th level.
I mean, it's a cantrip. You can't upcast it.
Oh, okay.
Also, you don't
Excuse
have 5th level spells because you're not level 12.
Yeah, that's true too.
The DM on this show.
I'm gonna cast a 5th level
It's not true
spell.
what they say about you. It's
I'm
not
I'm
true.
13th level suddenly. I can cast 5th level spells, right? No, you're not.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was reading it a little too
So, Word of
rapidly.
Radiance, I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
he failed his save. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So it says when I reach 5th level, it's 2d6.
2d6.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do you do more damage for yours. When you get to 8th level,
Ooh,
you actually get
11.
more. Got it. Okay, so that guy takes 11 radiant. Anything else?
Can I hit him with my hammer?
No. But you have some spells that are bonus actions. You want to make a spirit weapon or something like that? Or you can just be done. You don't have to do that. I'm just, if you're done, just say I'm done.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So it is this giant's turn. Alright, so Colonel, you stabbed the shit out of this guy, so he's gonna probably take a womp at you with his club.
That seems reasonable.
And he whiffs.
Woohoo!
Silk, you're up.
I guess I'm just gonna throw some blast at him because if he's big enough, does he still get cover?
He still has cover, yes, currently. He's surrounded by enough of your allies and the Colonel's flying, so he's going to have cover. Some of his corners are blocked. So the way that works is you draw... Well, cover's difficult to explain, but the way it actually works is you draw lines from your corners to his corners, and depending on how many of those lines are intersected by an opposing enemy, it determines... Like, this guy would have... He gets +2 to his AC if you're going to shoot at him right now, because he's in melee. So your allies
is there a spot I can move to where I could get a better...
You could be here.
Yeah, then let me just go ahead, sidestep, and throw some blasts.
Okay.
Make it easier to hit him, because
All
he's already
four of
kind
your
of
corners have a direct line to his corner now that don't intersect any of your allies. Is how that works.
Okay, well then perfect. Throw in some blasts.
Woo.
Well, I can tell you both of those missed.
Yep. Okay, so you fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at him, but they go wide. And it is now this giant's turn. He's going to throw a rock at Jake. That's a hit. Ooh. So he scoops up a big chunk of ice and throws it at Jake's face. Ow. Okay. So he lands that right in the center of Jake's chest, and you hear a big-ass crunch and some, like, tinging, like, you hear some mechanical sounds that normally a body would not make when that hits and the rock plops out. Well, it basically just shatters. Like, the boulder of ice hits Jake, crushes in, like, if he was a human, it would have just caved his chest in.
Can I close enough to Chrono Shift the giant, make him re-roll that attack?
What's the range on Chrono Shift?
30 feet. I think
you are too
I'm
far
up in
away.
the air, though, so I think I'm...
Well, I mean, just vertical spaces, you're more than 6, so...
No, from... Oh, it was that giant in the back.
Yes, this is the one that threw it, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And it is Jake's turn. So he moved... Okay, so as Jake starts moving, you hear some weird noises coming out of him. It sounds like metal on metal grinding. But he does rush up to this guy. And he does the knife thing again. So he dives up, runs up this guy's leg, although much less agile than the last time. Buries his dagger into its heart, does the spin flip. And as he's doing the dismount, like this time, it's way less smooth and graceful than he did it last time. Like he lands badly. He has to land in like a superhero 3-point pose when he comes down this time. And one of his daggers spins away off across the ice. But the blood gout does emerge from the giant's chest. So it is now Slexy's turn.
I'm just gonna hit the guy in front of me. Does he look damaged, the guy right here? He's damaged.
Yeah, he's hurt. Yep. I mean, he's banged up a little bit, but he doesn't appear to be completely out of it. Like he's still got... He's looking rough, a little bit worse for wear, but he's not a ragged heap like that one Jake tore apart a minute ago. Oh, that guy actually also, he did take 5 damage. Okay. Yep. All good. Okay. So you're just gonna whomp this dude with your hammer slicks? Oh, he, at the start of his turn, I forgot to make a save. Can you let me do that and you roll your damage? Because he took a turn and missed, but he would have gotten burned by your moths. What's your DC? 14?
I rolled 14. Yeah.
Okay, so he made his save, so half of this.
I rolled 9.
Alright, so he's going to take 4 radiant. Got it.
Yeah, and then I'll just hit him with my hammer.
Womp away.
+9.
That's a hit. 23? Yeah, 23 hits.
8 + 6.
14 more.
And that's it.
Okay, so you walk up and crack his kneecap with a hammer, and it shatters with a bang. It sounds like somebody fired a shotgun. And it is now Biggy's turn.
Nice.
Nice.
He's sort of dragging that one leg a little bit now that his kneecap is shattered. Yeah.
I think I'll just keep
You gave him a
As
Joe.
you would.
You gave him a Joe Theismann, Slexy, with the hammer. He walked up. Joe Theismann him. What's on the agenda here, Biddy? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I'll just keep it simple and firebolt this the giant that was just damaged.
Okay.
Just hit him with a
got
little damage. That's got to hit, right? That's a 26 to hit.
26 hits, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do 2d10.
You've hit him on a 19 so far. Actually, you hit one on a 17. So
13 damage.
got it. 13 fire, and that is this guy. Okay. So you throw a firebolt into him, and some of the tattered rags that are still clinging to him start to catch on fire. Cook his skin a little bit. He's starting to get a little bit black and crispy. He wouldn't quite be Nashville style chicken yet, but he's on the way.
We'll get there.
Anything
all I
else? All right, Colonel, you're up.
So this guy's still up, so I'm just gonna keep stabbing him until he dies.
Okay, stab away.
That's a crit hit.
That is indeed a critical. So you're taking your regular damage dice plus your sneak attack and roll double that. So take all those dice and roll them twice. It's twice as nice because we take all those dice and roll them twice rhymes.
So I take my regular damage and my damage.
So you're gonna do your D8 plus 2d6, correct?
So my sneak is a D8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2d6.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll 2d8 plus 4d6 on a critical.
Oh my god!
And then add your damage bonus. You said add 6, so it'll be that plus 6. Whatever dice you're rolling for an attack when it criticals, you roll twice. You just double that number of dice. That's a damn good hit.
That's 35 plus 6 is 41 damage.
All right. So the colonel comes up to that giant and she skewers it through she skewers it in one ear because she's up in the air. She drives her rapier through its ear and it goes in one ear and out the other, and then she wrenches her blade around and just twists its fucking head off. Its head clatters to the ground with a thump, but it is still up and fighting. It's just headless now, and the head is on the ground trying to bite Tink.
Okay, and then I hit it again with my bonus action.
Okay.
By the way, Bardatos rolled and is slightly impressed with your flourish of removing the head.
Good. Okay, that's a 12 plus 9.
21.
Already Bardatos.
21's a hit.
Okay, this is just a regular
Good old champion right there paying the bills.
D8 plus 6. Oh wait, that was just a D8 plus 6, not a D6. Oh, that's minimum. Okay, that's
7.
1 plus 6 is 7 damage.
7. Okay. All right. So your second attack, you're like, fuck, I tore its head off and it's still up, and then you just stab it in the chest and the sword goes in, knife goes in, guts come out, but it doesn't really seem to notice or care too much. So
damn.
You give it the Osaka fish concern maneuver, and it's not as effective as ripping its head off. Silk, you're up.
I'm going to advance and throw some Eldritch Blast, but I'm going to sing the Osaka seafood concern song.
All right, so Bardatos is like, knife goes in, guts come out. That's what Osaka seafood concern is all about. As he advances, okay, firing Eldritch Blasts along the way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go 5, 10.
I can't do your voice, but you should definitely sing "Knife Goes In, Guts Come Out" in the Bardatos voice because that's brilliant.
Oh, there we go. I need one more. Knife goes in, guts come out. That's what Osaka seafood concern is all about.
Okay, perfect.
I think you should play that on the bagpipes.
Maybe their heads will blow off. Well,
okay, so I have a 14 and a 25.
25 hits, 14 misses.
That's funny shit.
Secret to defeating the zombie invasion is bagpipes. And he takes 8 force.
According to Mars Attacks.
Okay, so you throw an Eldritch Blast into his other knee and shatter that, and this thing slumps to the ground. Like, it's still fighting, but now it's on its knees and headless, and is sort of just flailing around wildly with its arms. It is...
And I'm done with my turn. So.
Okay, so that's it for Silk. So this giant is going to try and crush Jake. It is a miss, but it does take some damage because it is got. So the gout of blood is still just flying out of this thing's face. It's gonna take that. Okay, and it is Jake's turn. So Jake is gonna do his thing. Once again, he pulls his knives out and just starts stabbing and stabbing furiously. Once again, he does his thing again. Less effective this time, though. Okay, so...
Less effective is only
but he rolled
12 dice instead
he
of...
rolled pretty good, though, so...
Holy
Alright.
shit, he did.
Okay, and now it is Lexi's turn.
I will womp.
Womp away.
I am the one who womps.
I am he that womps.
I am a wampa.
I am the one that womps.
What'd you get, Lex? I'm sorry.
2 plus 9, so 11.
Okay, 11 is a miss. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, Biddy, you are up.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll... should I waste another momentary stasis? Or are we going to be having another sleepless night here? Whatever. I'll try to throw another stasis on the one that's been walloping
The one in the
Jake
back?
over there.
Okay, that's a con save?
It's a con save.
He made it.
Well, there you go. That's, I think, all I can really do. I'll just hold up my...
Giants have a 20 con.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well, maybe I just shouldn't be...
Yeah, giants are actually... Con saves is a bad thing to throw at a giant. And the zombie template actually raises
They
it a
have
little.
real high con.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well...
Throw
alright,
a deck save at them, Biddy. They'll fail.
Yeah, I'm just going to go over here so I'm in Chrono Shift range for both in case I need to use it, and I'll just hang out there.
Okay. Colonel, you up?
Man, you are fearless.
I can't believe that this guy's still up, but I'm just
I
gonna.
got 3 shields up. I almost nothing's gonna be able to hit me. Plus Chrono Shift.
I mean, he's a giant zombie, so
He's a giant zombie. It's true. 18.
that's a hit.
Okay. Da, 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 da. $19 damage.
Okay.
Is he dead yet?
Not yet.
I stab him again.
So you skewer him and you like rip his belly open with your rapier, and all of these insides come pouring out onto the ground and land on top of his head and bury his gnashing teeth of his severed head in his own guts, but it is still vertical and flailing with its arms a bit.
All right. Well,
What in the actual fuck?
I know.
I love the decision tree too. It's like, is it dead? If yes, attack.
If he has attack.
Colonel's
Or
using
no
a
attack,
piercing
I guess.
weapon, and zombies have some special rules. So
Eat him.
I fumbled my second attack.
gotcha. Okay, so second swing is a miss. You got it.
Yep.
Okay, so a giant literally has 1 hit point. Silk, you're up.
I didn't have 1 hit point.
Yeah, he has 1.
God damn it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep throwing bolts because I don't really have anything better to do.
Martinique yells at you. Look, guts came out.
That's what Osaka see. Hey, one of them's gonna hit, and minimum damage is gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
So, yep. Okay. So you get one of those.
Nice.
What, like a 23?
You just
That's
run
it.
up and slap him unarmed.
yeah,
Just
it's I got a 22.
All right.
on
So
the
you
one
throw
that-
2 more Eldritch bolts at him, and one slips wide because he's not the same shape he was a second ago. But the second one catches him right in the middle of the spine, and that's it. The last of his structural integrity gives out, and he collapses into a pile. Ominous lightning for your death blow there, by the way. You don't know if you guys heard that in the background.
Damn it! I'm not quite fast enough to run over and high five
All right.
Martinique.
And then this guy is going to swing at Jake. He is crushing his skull, so that's a hit.
I'll Chrono Shift.
Is there a save on that, or is he just reroll?
No, it's just automatic reroll.
Got it. Still hit him. So,
Eesh.
let's see what kind of damage this does, because it's a different...
If I was closer, I could throw it. I could
It's
throw
not
the.
as bad, but it's still going to be bad. Oh, at the start of his turn, too, more blood flew out of him, so... But he does, so the blood is spewing out of him, but the zombie giant is completely oblivious to the blood. And it takes one of its flailing arms and it crushes Jake, and he just gets flattened.
Oh no!
So he is smashed down into a very small pile. And with that blow, like, some critical part of his integrity has given way. And cogs and gears come flying. There's, like, oils and stuff are flying out of what's left of them. Like, there's cogs and gears spewed everywhere and twisted hunks of, like, servos. And there are whirring parts that are still twitching and clicking, but, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's a broken robot if you've ever seen a broken robot. And it is now Slexi's turn.
Well, shit. I will... Oh, wrong thing selected.
When Jake doesn't move and goes supernova, he's real easy to hit.
And I will smack it with a hammer.
Womp away. You still have Spirit Guardians up too, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so on his turn, he's also going to take damage from that.
13 plus 9, 21.
That's a hit.
Oh, that's not it. I'll bring one of those out. 2 plus 6, 8.
Alright, so you womp him with the hammer. You give him another Joe Theismanning, but on the other knee this time, and he cracks and slumps down as well. When you take his one knee, one of his knees out is enough to bring this one down. He's still fighting, but he looks real bad. So it's a tattered wreck of what remains of a frost giant zombie. It's looking real grim. Biddy, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just firebolt him.
Okay.
Nice and easy. Keep it simple.
So frost giants, not stone giants.
No, they're stone
They're
giants.
stone giant zombies. Sorry, if I said frost giant, I was wrong.
I think that doesn't cut it. I got a 14.
14 is a miss.
All right, I'll just keep hovering here.
You got
That's
it,
the
Colonel.
turn.
You're up.
I'm gonna fly over and help stab this one.
Okay, so the Colonel goes into Superman pose with her rapier leading. It would be like if Superman used a sword.
Why doesn't
Bing,
he?
bing, bing.
Flies in at him point first.
22.
That's it.
And I get to use my sneak attack damage, right? Because
You
Lexi's
do,
over
yeah,
there.
because Lexi is threatening him, yep.
Beautiful. 16 damage.
Okay, so you Superman charge with your rapier, and you fly through his chest in one side and out the other, and he collapses to the ground in a pile of, like, old skin and rotten guts.
Nice.
So, defeated.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to start cleaning the grizzle off of everyone's clothes.
Okay, good call. So you guys all are covered in zombie guts and ichor and various and sundry oozes and a little bit of, like, extra fluid that's been squirting out of what's left of Jake. And Biddy gives you all a nice quick Prestidigitation to clean your clothes up. I mean, I don't think Bardatas is actually in the back, so he didn't even get any on him. He's fine.
So I rush to examine Jake and see if there's anything I can do.
Make an Arcana check.
It's practically like dentistry, you know. You just pull some teeth, pull some gears, you know. Should I make a check too, or
feel free?
or
If you want to look at him, sure, you can investigate him.
Yeah. 16 in total.
All right, so Galapagos reaches down and is like, "Damn, I can fix him." And then he actually just yanks what appears to be like a set of teeth out of his face, or what's left of it. And they do the clattering teeth thing in his hand. He's just got a pair of teeth in his hand that are going, doing the comic, like the novelty clamping teeth thing.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 10.
And
so
that's fixing him.
Well, that's the best you can do. You're like, look, his teeth still work.
Just like it's not like the first Tim Burton film where it's
Biddy, you look at him and you're like, so when Tink starts doing the Jack Nicholson laugh and talking to his teeth as he progressively gets crazier and crazier. Tink slowly losing his mind. Biddy, you look at Jake and it's the most complex arcana mechanical. You have absolutely no idea how you would even begin to reconstruct this thing. It's just way beyond your knowledge.
Is there anything that looks valuable from like what's left in this broken pile that we can
Make
like,
a perception
bring
check
back?
for me, everybody. Everybody make a quick perception check.
I was gonna say that guy teleported away. Did he go?
Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do you get? Because there's no natural 20. on the skill check,
I'm
so-
just gonna.
Yeah, I just need a score.
I have a 24.
Okay. Well, Bardatos is
24 in total.
23.
okay. So you two both notice that there's a tiny voice you can hear from inside the wreck of Jake. There's a voice that says, "Your Jake unit appears to have been destroyed. Please collect me from his person." Seems like Alexis is okay.
Mm-mm.
Wait, Alexis?
Yes. How can I help you, Martinique? I'm Alexis. Would you like to order a new Jake unit to replace the damaged one you've got? Sedgewick Co.'s basic Jake model includes all of the fighting prowess you've seen today, plus an unlimited 1-year warranty, which means limited by default, but it's an unlimited 1-year warranty, so yeah.
Alexis, do you have a way to contact Sedgewick?
Calling Sedgewick. And do you hear a thing? Then you hear, hey, what's going on there? I see. Oh shit, me Jake's broken. Well, hey, what happened? Fill me in.
So that's
He got smashed by a giant. There was some bastard lich guy who swore to.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
getting smashed by giants is kind of why the Jake bot is sort of exists. I mean, that's par for the course there. How bad is it? Can you give me a?
Can we
give
tell
me
him the lich's name?
His name is Sturm Windblade, is what Jake
He was
called it.
known by Jake.
Or Storm Windblade, rather, is what his name is.
Elven Jackass or something like that.
But actually, Sedgewick says, "Can you give me a shot of what's left of him there? Pick up the Alexis and point the little. Do you see that glass bit? Point the glass bit at him. I can get a look."
Marty does
The
that.
Alexis unit basically has a small camera on it. He's asking you to point it at the Jake bot.
Okay.
So you pick up the Alexis unit and point it at the Jake bot, and he's like, "Oh well, that one, right, it's a bit far gone for repairs there. Yeah, we'll take care of that in a minute. You had a question about a lich? You said something about a lich? Where's me Sedgewick bot, by the way? Did you get him? I mean, Jake's destroyed, but you guys aren't dead, so I'm assuming you succeeded."
We haven't gotten him yet, but we know.
Well, I mean, we succeeded in not being smashed like your Jake bot, but yeah, the lich, he disappeared with the Sedgewick bot. We still gotta track him
what do you know about the lich then? Or maybe fill me in a bit on. You said there was a lich, and what happened exactly? Describe the scene for me a bit there.
Go ahead, Bardathos.
So you could just you don't have to. We don't have to necessarily. You can just say, "Hey, I fill him in." So you give him the quick blade that Jake ran up and recognized the lich, called him by name of Storm Windblade, and then that the lich teleported away with the Sedgewick bot.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I was hoping that the Bardathos was going to do that.
Yeah,
in the
shit.
Chris Stapleton voice.
Storm Windblade's a lich now, huh? Well, I mean,
yeah. Jake seemed a little surprised that he was a lich now instead of whatever he was before.
Well, there's some history there. We have a long bit of a tuffle back in the day with old Storm Windblade, or you guys might know him as Jackass the Elven Fuckbag. Sometimes they call him that. Though, no, not actually an elf, half elf. Called himself Jackass the Elven Fuckbag, half elf actually.
I mean, as a half elf, that's kind of. That's a little hurtful.
Well, probably why he turned himself into a lich, because, I mean, he's not quite as long-lived as an elf. And also, I did sort of destroy his entire livelihood when it brought me Enterprise down here. Ruthless competition, lead pipe cruelty, mercenary sensibilities, that kind of thing. So he was basically destitute and broken. Holds a bit of a grudge against me personally. This would make, like, the 1, 2, 35, carry the 7... 92. This would be the 112th time he's tried a kidnapping on me. But I gotta admit, he's getting better. This one succeeded pretty good. Didn't get me, but he did get a valuable Sedgewick bot. That's gonna be a problem. I don't suppose you could take the Alexa unit over to the spot where he was when he went away? Can you put the Alexa unit over there on the ground there?
So he was like here.
Yeah, you take the Alexis unit over and set it on the ground. He's like, cool. Is this the spot?
As far as we could tell, they were pretty far away, but it was within a few feet of here.
All right, step back a bit then. If you guys would clear out, and a small like glowing orb of energy starts to expand from the Alexis device. You guys step back as it expands so that you can remain outside the range, and some like lightning sparkles around the inside of like a glowing blue dome. There's various and sundry little electric arcs and some sparkly bits. The snow starts to glow in the two places where the Lich's feet were. His footprints light up. And a seam appears in the air where the teleport spell happened. You can see like kind of a vaguely hazy rift that rips. And then the Alexis device powers down, the dome goes away, the sparkly footprints fade, and you hear a voice. You hear Sedgewick's voice from the Alexis unit goes, "Well, fuck." Yeah, so it's not good. He teleported down south of the wall.
Of course he did.
My guess is Storm's had enough, and maybe he's thrown in his lot with the Necromancer. It's real bad. Not sure what I'm gonna do about that. I can't really imagine a worse person to have me Sedgewick bot than the Necromancer. That seems it's an unbelievable recipe for disaster. You guys should come back to Sedgewick Co. as quick as possible. Can you find your way without me Jake bot, or should I send a drone to pick you up?
Drone sounds good.
The drone sounds slightly better.
Right.
Our horses have been going all day, so
it's fine. I'll send another bot to collect the horses there. Just keep the Alexis device on you, and the drone should be there in a minute. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go make a sandwich and try and figure out what the fuck we should do about this whole kettle of fish. Can't imagine Storm Windblade throwing in with the Necromancer. I mean, he spent most of his whole life fighting him, but I guess when you destroy a man's livelihood and give him a grudge, well, there's no limit to how far he'll go. So, also, they didn't call him Jackass the Elven fuckbag for nothing. Alright then, sit tight, drone will be along shortly. And then the Alexis device goes back to trying to sell you products.
Cool, so he's definitely offline now, right? He can't hear us?
Well, as far as you know.
I mean, Alexa's always listening.
As far as you know, he is no longer listening.
I would not speak.
Is there anything valuable that got left behind?
So you rifle through the stone giant's guts, and it is just awful and rotted corpses. So there's.
I will gather.
Yeah, I was thinking more like the throne area. If there's anything.
I mean, the palanquin is just a nice wooden palanquin with some cloths, but it's not anything you would consider exceptionally valuable.
Is there anything else here, like some kind of cave or fort or hold? Or are we just standing on a cliffside by a frozen lake?
You're standing on a cliffside over a frozen lake.
All right then.
Well, based on previous experiences, I'll take some samples.
Amusing to keep Martinique entertained.
I mean, if you want to investigate the scene, you could do that.
Yeah, I want to look around.
100%.
Colonel, make an investigation roll. Biddy, you and Tink can make some Arcana rolls if you want.
All right, can I investigate?
Sure. Either one, investigation, Arcana, or both. Your discretion. Just do whatever you want. Let me know what.
Up a 25
for Arcana.
Yes.
So, yeah, somebody has been here recently, and that little, rift you've seen, the little rift that you have seen that formed when the Alexis unit was deployed on the ground, you can sort of detect a faint magical stirring in that area. Somebody used some transmutation magic. Somebody very clearly teleported. Your guess is they teleported a long way away.
Can I ritual a divination to ask where they went?
Sure.
Can I double that?
If you would both like to use a divination, you may do so. Sure.
100%. That's 25 GP, right?
Yeah, it does cost 25 gold pieces, yes. Slexy, well, what'd you guys get on your investigation rolls?
I only got an 8.
Okay. I mean, you're standing on top of a icy cliff over a frozen lake.
I got a 16.
Hang on, investigation or Arcana?
You guys were doing a magical investigation. Bardatos and Martin
fair enough.
investigating the scene.
Yep.
Bardatos, same thing. You're just, I mean, there's nothing to see here. It's just some guy got carried to the top of this mountain, and when you guys started attacking him, he teleported away with what? He teleported away with your MacGuffin.
Not the MacGuffin.
He wasn't heading this way directly. Like, I'm curious of where he was going, because he wasn't just running straight down south to the wall, so...
Good question. Also strange that he didn't just immediately teleport with the Sedgewick bot from Sedgewick Co. Because,
right,
teleport
like,
doesn't
why
really
did
have a
he
restriction.
have us run through the ice for all day and into the night?
That's a good question. Maybe you should make a note of that and ask Sedgewick when you get back.
No, but that's also true, because he didn't... They took like a 180 turn, right?
Well, once you guys started chasing him, they deviated a little bit, yeah. What was your question, Biddy? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was just suggesting that, my divination was where did he go, but Tink's divination could be why didn't he just teleport to begin with?
Okay. I mean, both of those are perfectly cromulent questions.
Exactly.
Let me look at divination real quick. I can never remember the specific mechanics of this spell.
It's basically like ask one question and you get...
Yeah, I don't remember what my answer is supposed to be like, though.
It can be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Gotcha.
I thought it was like the Magic 8-Ball responses.
It's sort of...
That's lottery.
Yeah, yeah. What's your question then? Sorry, Biddy. What's your specific question?
Was where does the portal go? Where do they teleport to?
So when you cast divination, I got to see what happens when the entity you're based on what, because the entity you're contacting has knowledge as well. I gotta read the spell. Give me a second. It's not a spell that sees a lot of use. So here, let me read this real quick. Do you have divination? Because that's a 4th level spell.
I do.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You guys are 7th level now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you have 4th level spells. All right. So let me read this then. Hold on.
As a ritual.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can ritual cast it. Christian spell offers a truthful reply. So Biddy, your response then is just the Necromancer's Palace.
Well,
Or the Palace of the Necromancer is what it says.
Okay. Does sound like you threw in with the Necromancer.
What was your question, Tink?
Actually, sorry, I'm looking at that. I don't think I do have it as a ritual spell.
It is a ritual spell. If you have it prepared, you can cast it as a ritual.
I do not. I'm sorry.
Do you not have it prepared? Because it's on your list. You may not have it prepared. I don't know what your 4th level spells you have prepared in your slots are.
No, banishment is my 4th level spell.
Well, you have 2. What do you have prepped?
Can I have 2?
Looks like you have Death Ward, Guardian of Faith, Banishment, and Divination, or what you had prepared the last time. So yeah, you could cast this. Death Ward and Guardian of Faith are domain spells for you, so you always have those 2. But it looks like you have Banishment and Divination prepped, so that's fine. If you want to cast it, you can ask your question.
I confer with Tiberius before venturing the spell, and in that. Well, I was going to say, is he within the local area?
No,
beyond
the answer is no.
Within the wall. I'll tell him he's in the Necromancer's Palace, and tell him exactly what I know. I tell everyone that. But yeah, I mean, maybe you should ask why he didn't just teleport to begin with.
You hear some buzzing in the distance, by the way.
That must be the drone coming in.
It sounds like what the same sound that you heard when you were near the tower of the buzzing of the drones going. Yeah. But you've got some time. It's still a ways away. It's just you sort of hear it. So what's your question, Tink? Why did he deviate to this place?
No, it was more a question of.
Well, specifically, you have to ask a question when you cast a spell. What is that?
It was probably going to be a repeat of what.
Well, you can cast yours after Biddy. You don't have to ask a question that you know is not going to be helpful.
Why don't you ask why he didn't teleport to begin with? Why did he wait till now to teleport?
It's a reasonable question.
I will ask that.
Okay, so the response you get from your god is you feel the touch of Chandria on your skin. She said it would be dangerous to teleport with something that can manipulate dimensions like the Sedgewick bot. Probably.
So he was blowing us off, and he was actually worried about us fighting him. Or at least Jake.
I mean, that's a reasonable inference to make based on the circumstances and what Tink's guy just shared. Yeah. Maybe that wasn't plan A.
Right.
All right, so the drones buzz in. There are 2 large drones. One of them has what appears to be sort of like a cargo container attached to the bottom. There's some hay and whatnot in there, so you guys are able to infer. Probably horses go here. And if you want to load up the horses, you do so, and then you guys climb back into the other. The other one has like seats with straps and whatnot, and it's very clearly made for people. So you guys can hop in the people drone and put the horses in the horse drone, and they will fly you back to Sedgewick Co. headquarters. So it takes you guys can take a long rest. Well, you can. It's going to be a while for the drones to get there because they have to move at human safe speeds when there are people and horses inside. And it's going to take you guys probably, well, not a long rest. You can take a short rest, actually. And then nothing eventful happens while you're in the drones. You just, there's some light refreshment in there. Sedgewick thought to put in some snacks. There's like an in-flight movie, if you guys want to watch it. It's something about a guy who joins a karate dojo.
Oh.
It's real bad.
Is there like a new kid that moves to a town and ruins it for everyone else that was already in that town?
Well, there's a kid who moves to Florida and beats up a bully, sort of, but also, he seems recalcitrant for some reason to beat up his bully. It's not a very good movie, and it makes 0 sense, but Sedgewick Co. Prime isn't really top of shelf when it comes to entertainment, so... It says free with Sedgewick Co. Prime, so you watch what you watch. Like there's a mediocre.
Is there an in-flight meal?
Does it have Elizabeth Shue in it? Because if so,
it does not. No, but there are snacks.
Oh.
And then you guys land back at Sedgewick Co. headquarters. It puts you back down at the entrance that you left from. They land right there. Some other Sedgewick bots come out and start gathering up the horses, and then what you recognize? Well, the person that you recognize as Calidor comes walking out. He's like, "Hey, so you guys are back." Sedgewick's waiting for you. You might want to. You know the way. He's in a. He's in his
mostly.
Room. All right, cool. See you later. And he wanders off. And you guys, they're like a light strip lines up on the floor and starts leading you, like guiding the way to Sedgewick's room. You remember the way because you've been there before.
to the exit.
No, it's going back to the little room where Sedgewick lives. So you guys walk inside, go inside the room, and there is what appears to be a Sedgewick there, and it says, "Oh, hey, you guys here to kidnap me?"
No, we've been no. You hired us, remember?
I mean, that doesn't mean you can't kidnap me. A lot of people I hire try to kidnap me. Shit, trying to.
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
I mean, all right. He looks a little disappointed. Well, so been thinking about this pickle while you guys watch that movie. What'd you think of the Amazon, the Sedgewick Co. Prime? That's a pilot program. It's been running on all my flights lately. So, what'd you think of the movie? Any good? Did you like it?
I'm going to give the obviously disappointed, but doesn't want to say anything look like the
okay.
Awkward
all right, maybe I'll send that one back to the writer's room. I thought the thing about a young monk training up at a dojo to fight off his high school bully. I thought that'd be really inspiring, but thumbs down, I guess. All right, then. Well,
I felt the screenplay to be, or the teleplay to be realistic. However, the overall story to be rather.
As you start giving your review, he pulls out what appears to be like a tablet and starts writing it in. He's writing down what you're saying. So he takes your movie review and posts it with a thumbs down symbol. And it flashes up on one of the screens on the wall and then disappears. He's like, well, it's not what I had hoped. Maybe you need to take that plan back to the drawing board. But let's talk about the Sedgewick bot then, eh? Shit, you don't want to kidnap me? Yeah, shit. I mean, like doubly, triply sure. Just you guys think about it a minute while we talk. Anyway.
I mean, would there be any benefit to us kidnapping you? You want to just come along with us, while we try to...
Oh, absolutely not. No, I definitely don't want to come with you guys. You're doing dangerous shit. You got one of me Jake bots killed by a stone giant today. I don't want to get squished by.
Do you have a spare Jake bot that we could have join us for future endeavors?
I mean, yes, I have spares, and no, I don't just giving them out. The Jake bots are there to protect me. So, I mean, I appreciate your efforts there, but honestly, that one Jake bot is worth more than a lot of you combined, and they're kind of expensive, and you broke the last one, so not really inclined to trust you with another.
To be 100% clear, sir, undead rock giant or stone giants was the one that smashed the Jake butt.
I mean, I didn't make you buy the collision damage insurance, so you know I'm letting you slide on that. The lich was a bit of an unexpected, so we're going to call that one a wash. But I'm not inclined to let you have any more of me friends. I mean, Jake and Calador and Guy will be protectors to save me from foes you can't even imagine. I don't even want to talk about that dervish lady. God damn, Morwen was a fucking bitch. Glad she's dead, or at least I hope she's dead. I think she's dead. Now he looks scared. He's like, well, probably dead.
Do I recognize
when he starts
name?
looking scared
I know
and
who he's
getting a
talking
little
about.
bit twitchy, a Jake, a Calador, and a Guybot come in. And like, it's Jake walks. He's like, it's all right, Sedgewick, buddy. Morwen is dead. She's long dead. Calador and Guy take up guardian positions at the two entrances to the room. They're like, we got you covered, buddy. So. And then
Do I
Sedgewick
recognize who they're talking
make
about?
a history roll for me. And once the Sedgewick bot is calmed down, and once Sedgewick calms down a little bit, the three bots walk back out of the room. They're like, we'll go guard the perimeter. Don't worry, buddy. We'll keep you safe.
17.
You have no idea who Morwen is.
Got 19, if that helps.
Still no.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. History?
Yeah.
No. I got a 23.
Still no.
Okay. So it's someone that we would have we wouldn't have heard.
Relatively obscure. Yeah. It apparently is somebody who scared Sedgewick really bad one time. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, Morwen, I don't know, Calador's caught in perimeter, but Morwen killed him one time already, and not the bot version, but the actual. He looks like he seems he's very anxious right now, a little bit, because now he's thinking about previous time.
Can I play soothing music with the lute to try to calm him down?
Sure. Make a performance check for me.
Yeah.
Who was it who was prophesied to love your bagpipes?
Sedgewick.
Was it Sedgewick? Why don't you bagpipe him?
He did once before, and Sedgewick asked him to never play them again.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so you bring out your lute and start playing some calming music, and it appears to have an immediate effect. He immediately looks back. He's like, "Well, that's a nice song. Yeah, it's nice." What were we talking about there before we mentioned the lady that we won't talk about again?
So you were going to tell us about how about the lich and how
Storm.
They were able to teleport with the bot.
Well, I mean, imagine
maybe
he probably didn't want to do that, because when you've got a robot that's capable of dimensional manipulation, maybe teleporting them via dimensional manipulation has some potentially bad effects. So my reckoning is they were traveling with him slow pace overland just to, not destroy the universe. In the unlikely event. Do you guys remember when Oppenheimer thought that the nuclear bomb might set the atmosphere on fire and kill everyone on the planet? You guys remember that? Oh, no, wait, you probably don't know. You don't know who that is. Never mind. Anyway, let's just say that teleporting with the Sedgewick bot had never been, or at least that particular bot, had never been tried before and could have been, catastrophically dangerous, like the kind of dangerous that ends the entire universe, but apparently not. So, bully. Oh, speaking of which, and he pulls out a pad and starts taking some notes. You see on a board behind him a note that appears that says, teleporting Sedgewick bot 4.7, not destroy the universe. He's like, so probably that's why, but I guess when you guys caught up with him, he saw the Jake bot stem, and Jake had a bit of a history, though. I'm reckon Storm as a lich probably knew he wasn't the real Jake, because the real Jake's been gone for a while there. Miss me, friend. Sedgewick kind of gets misty-eyed a little bit, and he's like, anyway... but once he caught up, he probably thought teleporting him was worth the risk. I guess he was real desperate to get him back to the Necromancer. So, I'm assuming that's where he took him anyway. It's felt like... I mean, the teleport analysis that I got from the Alexis unit indicated he went way to the south. And by way to the south, I mean clear to the other side of the planet with the continent. So, probably to the Necromancer's palace would be me guess. What do you guys think?
He definitely went to the Necromancer's palace.
Yeah, I heard you calling on your god there, and she filled you in. So, yeah, Necromancer's palace. And, I mean, you lot, reasonably good at your jobs, what with the destruction of property aside, if we put that, by the wayside for a moment. But, let's just say, well, Necromancer's more than a little out of your league. I mean, you could be the original Calador, Jake, and Guy. Necromancer was even out of their league. I mean, shit, we could call the Council of Dragonmyrth and get, Wolf and Dessin and there's a lot in here, and probably even out of their league. I mean, nobody fucks with the Necromancer. There's only two people I can think of what might even stand a chance of getting me bought back.
Who's that?
We?
I'm gonna need y'all guys to go and you're gonna have to get Kaz and Zach.
Who?
Kaz and Zach. You've never heard of Kaz and Zach? What the hell planet you been living on? Everybody make a history roll.
The diegesis in this campaign is perfect.
Tell me if you beat a 5.
We beat a 5.
You have heard of Kaz and Zach. They are the 2 greatest adventurers who have ever lived. Ever lived. Kaz is a minotaur who just, he is completely, no one can withstand him in combat. He is an unsatiable engine of destruction. And Zach is the greatest wizard who has, except for possibly the Necromancer, he is the greatest wizard who has ever lived. Nobody has seen or heard of Zach or Kaz in almost 100 years.
Oh.
But that's not very long in this world, right?
No, not necessarily. And you know that Zach is an elf, so for Zach 100 years is nothing. For Kaz 100 years is an extraordinarily long time because minotaurs aren't super long lived, but there may be some magic or other things that have been sustaining him. But again, nobody's seen him in like almost 100 years.
Do we know that they're still alive?
I mean, you know them as legends. Like, you've heard tales of their exploits and the many monasteries they have raided and the monks they have fireballed for fun. I don't like the sound of that. Some of the adventures that they have, they're not nice. Let's just say they're heroes, but they aren't really good guys. They're mostly
anti-heroes.
Not even that.
No,
they're think agents of pure chaos. So Kaz
bringing
and Zach,
freedom.
The question is, to whom are they heroes?
I mean, most people, because they've saved the world a couple times, though
okay.
Arguably not on purpose. Or at least maybe they save the world because it's where they keep their stuff and they like their stuff. More so than they give a single shit about any of the other people on the planet. They are, from the legends that you have heard, and you've heard many because their tales and exploits are widely known, they're mostly just agents of chaos. For Sedgewick to suggest that you should get Kaz and Zach to go investigate the Sedgewick bot is basically saying, well, we might as well summon Godzilla. This is as bad as it could possibly get. We're beyond the Godzilla threshold. Let's just get Godzilla out.
Okay, so Sedgewick...
That's what your history roll tells you, is that Sedgewick has said, things are as bad as it's possible to get. Just go get, fuck it. Might as well just say fuck it and, unleash Godzilla then.
I love how as things have gone nuclear, we have Sedgewick has become Cedric.
I didn't say Cedric.
It certainly sounded like it, and so did Martinique.
Anyway, when he mentions Kaz and Zach, you guys have heard of them, but you have no idea how you would possibly find them, or in fact, if they're even still alive. So, yeah, gonna need Kaz and Zach, I think. I can't think of any other persons who might even stand a chance against the Necromancer.
What about Roy? Could we get Roy involved in this?
I mean, I don't know much about this Roy fella, but if a god could stop the Necromancer, I reckon probably they would have by now. Maybe? I don't know. I don't even believe in Roy. I mean, you brought a book and I read it, and it's mostly just nonsense and gibberish. I don't think he's even a person, necessarily. I don't know what Roy is, and that's confusing to me, because I know just about anything I want to know most of the time. I did a bit of research into this Roy thing, and... apart from a crazy-ass book of gibberish and some lunatic asshole who lives in Dragonmyrth that it seems like most people don't like and think is a complete nutter, not many people even know of Roy or believe in him. I mean, his book is everywhere, which is kind of remarkable because nobody seems to worship him. Don't know how it got all over everywhere. Probably that Jonas fella, I reckon. He's been spreading them about. But anyway, I don't think Roy's going to be helping. Even if everything...
By the way, Roy is the god I'm calling upon with my divinations this whole time.
That's fine. Perfectly fine. But I don't... Even if he could do something, this doesn't really seem like the sort of thing that... I don't know. This book doesn't make any sense at all. So who knows what his motivations are, but let's say even if he could help, based on what's in his book, mostly it's just murdering people and smashing babies' heads in. I'm not sure we'd want that guy to help even if he would. I'd trust Ren before I'd trust this Roy guy, at least based on the book he's got. You know that Ren is a god of chaos and storms. Saying that he would prefer to have Ren help than Roy is a pretty staunch indictment of Roy. Anyway, so you guys wanna do the Kaz and Zach thing?
So, but before we start on this next wave, can we circle back to talking about the knife? Because this Kaz and Zach thing is probably going to take some time. And...
Yeah, I mean,
well, I don't really have anything in me employ that is going to be able to get Kaz and Zach. Turns out I know where they are. They've been there for a while. I'm guessing they're pretty much where they want to be. And you don't really hire Kaz and Zach so much as you just tell them what's going on and then see if they're interested in fucking about with it. But, I mean, pretty much anybody can deliver a message, I reckon, which is really all you'd have to do. I can get you to where they are, and then you can talk to them and try and convince them to help, maybe?
I have a question.
Okay.
May I implore you to at least consider this device that I am carrying that is, in fact, attached to my person?
Oh, the dagger? Yeah, yeah, I'll take that. And he comes over and takes it off of your belt. And when he takes it off of your belt, it doesn't teleport back to your belt. He just takes it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, counter that spell. I mean, I'm going to need to build a machine to analyze this, and it's going to take a non-zero amount of time. Gold magics tend to be fairly complicated and difficult to unravel, so, and it's fine if I can work on that and dedicate some time to unraveling the mystery of this knife, but I mean, I can't really do that and also go get Kaz and Zach, so kind of need you guys to deliver a message for me while I work on this, unless you want to work on this and I'll see about getting a message to Kaz and Zach. Going to be honest, I have no intention of being anywhere near those two fuckers. They'll be putting me in a sack and dragging me away faster than you can shake a stick. I genuinely can't think anybody more likely to kidnap me than them. I'm surprised they haven't tried before now.
I hope
basically live in terror of them trying, in fact. I've got numerous contingency plans specifically for them, actually.
I hope that our recent action has...
It's one of the reasons why I was building Sedgewick Bot 4.7. There was part of me escape plan. I was going to make a whole new universe and go live in that if Kaz and Zach came running for me.
I hope you are reassured that we have no intention of kidnapping.
I mean, honestly, I'm still a little disappointed, but yeah, that's just one of the reasons why I was building the Sedgewick Bot 4.7. He was part of me contingency plan for Kaz and Zach. Just,
so, could I ask if we could just have a Sedgewick Bot accompany us, but not in a kidnapping context?
Yeah, absolutely not. I honestly hope Kaz and Zach don't know who I am or where I am, and I have no plans of introducing them to me in person.
So... you would not. So you don't want us to say that you sent us. You just want us to.
Well, I mean, you're gonna kind of have to tell them what they're gonna do, which is retrieve a Sedgewick Bot. So sort of they're gonna know about me. But honestly, when I say I'm gonna build this analyzer device, and you're gonna go talk to Kaz and Zach, I'm gonna be in another plane. So yeah, you guys can do that. I'm gonna be not on the prime material plane. I'm thinking Mechanus is nice this time of year. I'm going to go there and build the device, and you guys can talk to Kaz and Zach while I'm about as far away from them as it's possible to get.
So Sound good? Where are Kaz and Zach?
Yeah, that's the tricky part. They're in Ryujin. So
they're where?
In Ryujin. Everybody make a history roll for me.
Oh my lord.
All the history rolls.
Isn't that place where they...
Sounds like Slexy remembers where they are, yeah.
27. Place where they'll kill you.
So, yes, Lexi, you have actually remembered correctly without rolling. Ryujin is the island nation that is far to the east of Dragonmyrth.
Oh, yes.
If you want, I can hold on a second and I will bring up.
Are those the pirate maniacs or something?
No, the pirates are actually that's actually that's the other direction.
Feudal Japan.
Yeah, I confused the west and east ones. I was like, it's one of the islands.
This is the like feudal Japan equivalent where they tend to murder outsiders on sight. Like if you are not Ryujinese and you go to Ryujin, they are inclined to murder you. Ryujin is over here. Yeah, so gonna need you guys. I think they're in jail actually in Ryujin, in the capital city there of Smale. Pretty sure they're being held.
Ooh, strong enough to them.
Yeah, so that seems surprising to me. I don't know who could possibly keep those two in jail for any amount of time, but they've been there for like 25 years. At least. Well, at least as much as I can keep track of them. So I got pretty much 24/7 satellite monitoring on them to... Oh, satellites. You know what? Forget I mentioned it. Anyway, I've been monitoring those guys pretty much non-stop as long as I've known they've existed, which has been my whole life, and, yeah, so...
Dude,
in jail
you have
in
my
Legion.
respect because you've kept this accent up for almost 25 minutes.
So anyway, you guys want to take on a message or not? I mean, don't worry about the whole, the Ryujanese will kill us on sight, because we're not Ryujanese. I got a thing for that, and he brings out a ring for each of you. You guys can just wear these, and should take care of the whole Ryujin thing. Developed these for me delivery bots when they was over there. Tried to expand Sedgewick Co. across the ocean there. Didn't go well at first because they kept murdering me bots what looked like not Ryujanese, so came up with these. Anybody want to try one?
Sure, I'll put mine
Yeah,
on.
I'll put one on.
Okay. They are basically exactly like a hat of disguise, except they turn you into a Ryujanese version of yourself. So you look like a Ryujanese person while you are wearing this ring. Yeah, see,
Cool.
looks good. I really went all out on these. You can't dispel it. The ring cannot be forcibly removed from your finger. Only you can take it off. It's pretty much foolproof, as far as we can tell. When you speak, if a Ryujanese person hears you, it automatically translates your language into Ryujanese. One of my better devices, honestly. Pretty cool.
I have a question.
Sold some to the Council
I
of
would like to
Dragonmyrth
try some
for
out.
infiltration purposes, actually.
For the inverse, if they speak Ryujanese, does
Oh
this
yeah,
also do
you
the
understand. If you don't speak Ryujanese when they talk, it'll translate it into common for you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And one other question.
Medically speaking, if one of us are injured and incapacitated and
I mean, it doesn't wear off. You're not
Ryujanese-
sustaining any spell effect. The ring handles everything. Quite an ingenious device. One of my better inventions, actually.
Can it be magically detected, like if they check
Nope.
us?
Again, I mean, I was feeling a little insulted here. I'm the world's best artificer, and I put a lot of time and effort into this.
No.
Wouldn't give you a shoddy product if, you know, I want you to succeed. It's not like I'm giving you these rings that won't work so you can go over there and get killed. I mean, give me a little professional courtesy. I'm good at my job.
I have a feeling that the world would be a lot happier if you were less hijackable rather than the best artificer.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just a humble gnome. I'm not a strong fighter like you guys. I can't, I mean, everybody does the best they can with what they were born with.
I have a question. I can swim a little bit, but that's a little bit too far for me.
Oh, no, don't worry. I got a teleporter pad set up. There's already delivery. I mean, we've been shipping a lot since I tried to, once I developed these rings to start helping us expand. The Ryujanese, good market there. They got a lot of available income, disposable wealth they got. So, yeah, we've been doing a lot. I got bulk shipping pads downstairs. They can pop you right over there. I can't pop you into the main city because I don't have a distribution center there, but I do have one just a couple 100 miles south. You could make your way north.
Fuck.
Anyway, yeah or nay? You guys want to in? I mean, I understand, honestly, if you want to say no. Talking to Kaz and Zach can, honestly, just even speaking to them can get you killed. So if you want to say no, I understand. But I'd also recommend if you say no, maybe we should consider investing some of your wealth into transportation to a different plane or reality, because that's what I'm going to do.
Can we speak off camera?
Sure, yeah, no problem. He says, "I'll leave
No,
you
no,
guys
no, I
alone
mean,
for
like,
a moment and
out
then
of
step out of the
character.
room." Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
yes,
I
if you
mean
want to talk
to-
to me, yes, if you want to talk to me,
Yes,
Pete, yeah.
sorry. So that's what I meant. Are we going to go up a level this turn?
So those, yes, you will.
Just wait till the end.
Let me do the math, but almost certainly
Because before
those stone giants were a lot of EXP, actually. Those guys were
Yeah,
tough.
because we're going to need it if we're going.
Well, I mean,
down
honestly,
the-
all he said is you got to go to a place and deliver a message.
Oh, that's not too
Yeah,
bad. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but that was loaded with a fuck ton of threat.
Well,
I
Kaz and
mean-
Zach are they are epic level heroes. Like they're
You're- yeah,
beyond level 20.
Exactly.
Well, you're not supposed
and-
to fight
and
them.
if
You're
they're
just
in
supposed to give
jail
them a
or-
job.
Yeah, we're not there to
If
kill
they're
them.
no, but if they're in jail or otherwise sort of curtailed, then we have to.
So, based on what you know of Kaz and Zach, you can't imagine how you can't imagine a force that could keep them in a jail. Like that baffles you. You have no idea how
Well,
somebody
like,
would successfully
unwillingly.
retain them.
Like, if they wanted to willingly be there, it makes sense. But if they didn't want to...
Precisely.
You cannot imagine what kind of force could detain them against their will. Though, almost nothing is known about Ryujin. You just spoke to the person who maybe knows the most about it on the planet.
This is my point, is that there are several...
And he did say they were in jail.
Issues with this whole thing, is namely, we, despite our averred disguises, and we don't actually know how well they're going to work, but the
I mean, Sedgewick doesn't build shoddy technology based on what you've seen. So, I mean, you guys had trouble determining that Jake.
Yeah, but we don't know about the place we're going either, and neither does he.
Well, he knows more about it than anybody else, but it's also
he's got distribution centers in Ryujin. He's already said that the rings work well enough to fool them. Like, now he has business there.
He has delivery agents dropping off packages and whatnot there, and they're not getting killed.
So we know the rings will work, and
well, I mean, you have a reasonable degree of certainty that they're probably.
We have a reasonable degree of certainty.
Yeah, so I like 100% certainty.
Well, nothing's perfectly certain. So.
Nothing's perfectly certain, but like also the difference between this level and the next level is not like we're.
Gaining one level is not going to help you defeat either Kaz or Zack. And if there is someone powerful enough to detain Kaz and Zack successfully, you could have 10 more levels and it wouldn't matter. You still
exactly.
No number of levels would empower you enough that you might withstand someone who could forcibly detain Kaz or Zack.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
no power in the universe is going to make you.
So this is a mere infiltration mission. There's absolutely no chance.
I mean, he's literally just asked you to go talk to them and deliver them a message.
If they're in jail, we might be able to just book an appointment to go deliver a message, and then we don't know how the system works.
Possible. You don't know enough about Ryujin to know whether you're allowed to have visitation rights with prisoners, but also that's not an uncommon thing. People are allowed to visit people who are incarcerated, so it's possible. Yes, it could just be, we would like to talk to these two prisoners, please.
Yeah, but this is my ultimate point, is that there seems to be a rather big gap between what not Stuckley, what's his name? Stapleton?
Sedgewick?
Sedgewick. He what he's sure of, and there's a big gap between what our risk level is. But obviously we have no choice. So, but
you do have a choice. He did specifically give you a choice. He said either you can go do this while I work on the dagger, or figure out the dagger yourself, and I'm going to go escape to another plane. See you later.
He's kind of implied that if the Necromancer keeps the Sedgewick bot, then that's RIP for this world.
Yes, exactly. Now that's a doomsday device, and that was very clearly stated in the last episode.
He
said, "If you guys aren't going to help me out on this, I'm literally going to flee this plane of reality."
Yeah, like technically, we could tell him to go find some other schlebs to do this mission, but.
His other option was, fuck that noise, I'm packing up shop.
Do we have time to do a long rest before we leave, or do we have to go right now?
We just had a long rest on our way here.
Yeah, we had a short rest.
Yes, you guys will have plenty. I apologize. Like, you're not going to immediately be fighting, though.
Yeah, so, like,
you don't have to leave today.
Divination.
Yeah, near future.
Let's divine ourselves.
Are they being held against their will? What?
Yeah.
We arrive, like, I don't know. We ask like questions to soothe your.
Go ahead.
What are our chances?
Do you want to cast
the
divination, Biddy?
Well, we've already done a divination today, so it can fail.
You have
we
indeed.
could,
yes.
If we're gonna rest, we could do a couple divinations tomorrow before we leave or something.
I mean, are we on yeah, exactly, short time or anything?
I mean, you haven't agreed to take the mission, so I can't really answer that question.
Okay, fair enough.
Sedgewick's not in the room, so you can't ask him any questions.
Well, as I learned from the last game, I wasn't using the voice.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Sedgewick's not here, so if your character wants to ask him a question...
We take it. Who's with me?
I mean, I kind of like this world and living here.
If you want to know about the dagger, you're sort of getting railroaded here. You don't really have a lot of options. It's not to say there aren't other people that know about this dagger or could figure it out, but you were specifically told that probably the one person in the world that can do this is the guy you're talking to.
We'll throw up some divination, some auguries, figure out what we need to do, and then just get in there and do it.
Well,
Let's make it happen.
so Sedgewick's going to want a yes or no today. Like, he's not going to be like, take a long rest and cast some spells and then tell me yes or no. Because if your answer is no, he's literally fleeing this plane of reality immediately.
Yeah, no. Let's take the deal and then just like figure out our strategy and get in there and do it. I believe in us.
You can always crawfist, but he's got the right idea. Things look bad. You can always just say fuck it and turncoat.
I hope none of your clients are actually, tuning into this game because they might.
There are levels of pragmatic
and an uncomfortable.
Ethical obligations only go so far. Zealous advocacy has limits.
If I was literally going to be banished to another plane of existence, I might relax some of my ethical obligations.
Anyway, so Sedgewick comes back in the room. He's like, "You guys done kibitz in there? I'm getting kind of hungry. I'd like to eat some dinner."
So I will speak for the group. We'll go to Ryujin, but Cedric, I have a personal favor to ask.
Yeah, shoot.
So before I have these bagpipes, but people seem to get upset about.
Go ahead, hang on to these.
Maybe the bot.
I wanted to see if there's any way you could spruce them up a little bit, make them a little bit more pleasing or useful.
I like tons of ways I could probably do that, and I'm not gonna. So I appreciate you owing a favor there, and we're in a bit of business helping each other out a bit, but I really don't like those, and I don't want to try and improve them. I genuinely don't think I'm a talented enough artificer to make those sound nice. There's a limit to even what magic can do, friend. Sorry.
Can I ask for a timeout?
Sure.
Just to talk to the DM. When you were rolling up your character with Pete Silk or Barditas, and I presume you met
Barditas' character. He made
no. But presumably Barditas mentioned that his primary musical instrument was bagpipes.
Bards
right?
don't have a primary musical instrument. They just know some that they can play. One of the ones he knows.
Was it ever at any time prior to the game mentioned that the bagpipes were his major?
I mean, they were on his list of instruments he could play, but yeah, people don't like bagpipes. They sound bad.
I mean, it's part
No,
of
you don't like bagpipes.
No,
That's
most
the same.
people don't
you
like
have
bagpipe
corrupted
music.
the entire game
All
because of your.
We're back in character. This digression is
disaffection.
over.
I feel like Tink is more
Cedric
offended
doesn't like the bagpipes.
than the bard.
Yeah, he's
I
way
think-
more concerned about this than Barditas is.
I'm trying to figure out what
You're trying to get to the
like-
bottom of the prophecy. Yeah, Zenobia did tell you about this.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to think of the meta reason. Like,
It doesn't make sense, but I don't know. Maybe Zenobia was wrong. Maybe she foresaw a
looking at the
future
wrong
that hasn't happened yet.
Augury that one tomorrow, Tank.
Possibly.
Ask your god what
question.
Zenobia isn't always right, although she's good at her job, but nobody's infallible, not even people who can see infinite futures. So,
Well, that's you, isn't it?
maybe she got it wrong. You don't know. But Sedgewick does not seem interested in your bagpipes or interested in trying to modify them in any fashion. Which is unusual because he'll typically tinker with just about anything, but not those.
Man, talk about.
So anyway, you guys, I'm still getting a bit hungry here. You guys in? You want to head to reunion? Got a yes? He gives you like the double thumbs up and he looks at you. Got a yes then? Go talk to the K's and Zach for me while I'm in Mechanicus.
And he gives a wink at the same time.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What's that?
We're probably going to. Is there accommodations here we could stay at for the night and then take
Yeah,
and
it's
then head
fine.
out?
I got plenty of places you can rest. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's late and I'm tired and you're probably hungry. You had a hard day. Fought some giants and whatnot. It's probably pretty taxing. I wouldn't know. Mostly they just come and collect me and take me to somewhere. But yeah, I gotta assume that it was sort of uncomfortable. Long ride. Y'all look cold. Got a little bit of wind being about the cheeks and whatnot there. So if you want to take a rest, yeah, sure. I got some guest rooms. Stay here for the day. Sleep on it a bit, and then you can take off first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Excellent. All right, that sounds great. So this Sedgewick bot here will show you to your room, and another Sedgewick bot comes in. He's like, "Hi, I will show you to your accommodations." And then Sedgewick's like, "If you guys need me, well, I'll be in Mechanicus. So Like it's gonna be tough to talk to me, probably. You know what? Don't call me, I'll call you. And he pulls a small device out of his pocket, pushes a button on it. A doorway opens next to him, like just a doorway appears. On the other side of that doorway, you see an entire expanse of like whirling gears and vast machinery and giant cogs turning and what appears to be an entire dimension made of clockwork. And he steps through it, and then the portal closes behind him with a pop. And the Sedgewick bot next to him says, "Let's go to your accommodations. You look hungry. Right this way." And it motions down the hallway. There's another like lighting strip along the floor that's lighting up and leading you out of Sedgewick's room.
We're not being paid enough for this job.
You're not being paid at all.
No.
And except in XP.
Yeah, well, your payment is in kind because he's going to build a device to analyze your dagger. So that's your payment. You're not getting any money out of this.
Jonas is not paying us enough for this job.
Well, I mean, you should have maybe negotiated a tougher deal when you took the contract.
And no amount of money would have been enough.
Jonas has, I believe, become completely unreliable.
I mean, he hasn't led you astray so far. Everything he's told you has been mostly true.
No, yes, but as far as his agency goes...
Told you to go talk to Zenobia, that she would be able to tell you some information.
True.
Maybe some information that led you here. So, I mean, he hasn't...
True, but the suspicion is building.
All he asked you to do was go kill Roy, and you said yes. You're just having trouble finding him. He didn't say it would be easy to find Roy. Anyway, you guys gonna go... So, you guys want to just go to your accommodations?
Yeah. I'm gonna have a crunch wrap and a Baja Blast.
Okay, so both of those, you go over, every room is equipped with an Alexis, and if you say, "Alexis, I'd like a crunch wrap and a Baja Blast," exactly those things appear in a little slot that comes up beside you. Your rooms are lavish and nice. You get like sweet-ass purple 3 mattresses, so they're super soft. The ultimate comfort, whatever you want. Best food and drink available. A long rest is available to you guys, and then that's where we'll end things for this evening.
Okay.
So you will wake up at the beginning of the next session ready to head out to the glorious and mysterious island of Ryujin.